Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare, sometimes self-care, and today we're talking serums for fall. Now, that seasonal shift into fall is the time where my skincare routine really drastically changes. I think second only to winter is when, things really need to change. So today I wanted to put together some recommendations based on some skin concerns that I go through during the seasonal shift into fall. Things like breakouts, allergies, sensitive skin, barrier issues, dehydration. I'm going to cover it all with some of my favorite products, new ones that I've just discovered, but also some old time goodies that I go back to time and time again. So if you're so ready to hear about some serums that maybe will help you out during the fall transition, give the video a big thumbs up and let's jump in. During the fall season with the weather change, it's really not uncommon for your moisture barrier to feel a little bit more weak during this time. And that can result in skin that feels a little bit more dry than usual, or maybe even a little bit more dehydrated. So if this sounds like your skin during fall, I have a suggestion for you. It's the Ordinary Soothing and Barrier Support Serum. So as the name suggests, the serum is really all about soothing the skin, but also really strengthening and fortifying that moisture barrier. And they're doing it with a couple of different key ingredients here, including vitamin B12, which helps to soothe inflammation on the skin, but also supports a healthy moisture barrier function. They're also using 3 different gallic acid derived ingredients, and these not only help to soothe inflammation on the skin, because when your barrier is weak, it is going to result in a little bit more inflammation in the skin, but it also acts as a potent antioxidant, a protective ingredient for the skin as well. They're also using phytoceramides. These are ceramides that are derived from plant sources, and they can be skin identical, working in exactly the way as the ceramides that you and I are probably used to. They are those like puzzle pieces that can go into where your barrier is weak, and maybe you have some like holes in your moisture barrier, and that's where all that water is escaping and resulting in that dehydrated, tight feeling on your skin. The phytoceramides can kind of go in and plug up those areas, or that missing puzzle piece in your moisture barrier, really helping to strengthen it up. They're also using 2% of niacinamide, which helps to stimulate your skin's own production of ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acids. These are the 3 main components that make up that moisture barrier. So we're coming at that barrier strengthening from a couple of different fronts with the phytoceramides and the niacinamide. We also have bisabolol, which is a great soothing ingredient for the skin. And they also are using an ingredient that goes by the trade name Simsitiv. This is a really great ingredient if your skin does feel irritated and itchy from the dehydration. Very common symptom of dehydrated or even dry skin. Sometimes it just feels a little bit irritated. This is such a great ingredient that just like on contact really immediately soothes the skin. It's quite a powerful soothing agent in skincare. So the texture is really interesting because first and foremost, this is Pepto-Bismol pink. It is kind of a shocking color for something that doesn't have any dyes added into it. It's not trying to be pink, but because there's a high content of the vitamin B12 in here, it's giving off this natural pink hue, which was really surprising the first time I tried this. But the texture, OMG. Okay, I love those emulsion textures in serums that bring a good amount of hydration to the skin, but also that creamy richness and nourishment and comfort and moisture to the skin, like in equal amounts. And I think that's exactly what this texture is doing. So let me tell you a little bit about the performance of this product. This is a brand new product from The Ordinary, and depending on when this comes out, the serum may not technically have been released just yet. It is being released and launched in September. I was really lucky I got to test this product out during August. I've been wanting to tell you about it for so long, but I had to keep it under wraps. I've been testing this out for a while now, and I am really, really hooked. I went through a bout of like a weak moisture barrier and irritated, itchy skin right at the end of August. I was sweating way too much. So I have eczema prone skin and very sensitive skin. So when I sweat, I have to wash my face immediately. If I let the sweat sit on my face, it is a recipe for disaster. And my skin gets so itchy and irritated from sweat. And so it did result in about a week of my skin just feeling weak and a little bit itchy and just a little stressed out. And I could tell that my barrier was just not in a good place. Too much sun, too much sweating, right? And so I needed to kind of like give it a pick me up. And so that is something that the serum is really good at. I was so surprised because not only, on contact with that sensitive ingredient, does it give you that relief, like, oh, I needed that, right? Just so that itchy, irritated feeling can drive you nuts. So it just gives you that relief immediately. But really within a few days, I could tell that my skin was improving. It was getting stronger. It was getting better. And so the serum really has all of those elements, as I talked about before, to treat multiple symptoms, but also the source. During fall, my allergies can really flare up, and I'm dealing with a lot of inflammation in my sinuses, and the allergies can affect my whole body, resulting in a lot of inflammation that ends up making my skin feel kind of weak and stressed out. And that's definitely going back to the moisture barrier as well, which we covered at the top of the video. But I do find sometimes that using a potent antioxidant in my skincare routine can really just help my skin take it a little bit more. It can really help protect my skin from all the allergens in the air, all the pollution, all the environmental stressors that are in the air and present can really wear down the skin. And so potent antioxidants can be very, very helpful to just help your skin take it, a little bit better, really strengthen it up. So this is an old time suggestion. This has been in a lot of my fall content throughout the years because I keep going back to this. It just works, and it's just weird for me to not recommend it in a video that's focused on fall skincare. It's the Ordinary Pycnogenol 5%. Of course it is, because this antioxidant, it is an antioxidant that's going to protect you from sun exposure, absolutely, but it has some extra abilities beyond just environmental stressors, pollution, oxidative stress, UV rays, right? It can also help to calm the skin. And like I'm saying, I'm having allergies. The inflammation is high in the entire, body, right? Especially in the skin. And that can lead to all kinds of other issues with my skin. So having something that's not only helping to protect my skin from further stressors and helping to address the stressors that are causing the inflammation, it's also helping to soothe the inflammation. It's helping to soothe the irritation that comes with the inflammation. It's also an ingredient that can help increase hydration within the skin because it helps with your skin's natural production of hyaluronic acid, which helps to keep your skin hydrated. If you're suffering with dehydration, right, that's going to be an extra added bonus, right, that you're going to get a little bit more of a hydrated feeling with using this antioxidant. It does have, it's shown in studies, it's not super duper duper proven yet, but it's showing some promising results in stimulating some collagen and elastin on the skin too, to address fine lines and wrinkles. So if you've been interested in adding a potent antioxidant into your routine, but maybe it's like just an antioxidant, I have all these other goals in my routine too, this could be a good one to look at because it's not just, like I said, the stressors. It's also addressing hydration, irritation, inflammation in the skin, as well as some well-aging concerns too. Now, texture. This is an antioxidant, high percentage, no oil in the ingredients list, but high percentage antioxidants can come with an oil-like feel, and this is not an exception to that. This does have that oil-like feel to it, almost like a dry oil kind of feel. It doesn't feel heavy on my combination skin. I want to make it clear that I have combination skin that can start to get a little bit more dry as I go deeper into fall and of course into winter. If you do have oily skin, it may not feel the best. Maybe play around with mixing it into a little bit of your moisturizer if you're really keen on trying this ingredient. That can really cut down on that dry oil-like feel that can kind of leave your skin a little bit shiny. You can definitely mix it if you want to, but it's not super duper heavy like a straight up facial oil would be. It doesn't have that medium or like thick feeling on the skin. It absorbs really nicely, and it feels like on contact, it's like, feels so good, especially if your skin feels a little itchy. It's really common in fall as the temperatures start to get colder that your skin gets redder. It definitely happens to me deep in the fall and especially into winter. My skin gets really red, especially around my nose, and like forget it. If you catch a cold or if you have allergies and you're blowing your nose constantly, I mean that skin is just rubbed raw. Of course it's gonna appear really, really red, and that super interferes with your glow. You know what I'm saying? Like your skin just does not look luminescent luminescent and lit from within when it's all patchy and red. So maybe you're not looking for barrier care or like really potent antioxidants, but you just want a straightforward calming serum to add into your routine to really help reduce redness on your skin. I've got you covered with Missha Artemisia Calming Ampoule. Now the key ingredient here is mugwort or Artemisia, and this is an ingredient I often compare to centella because we know centella to be a really potent soothing ingredient. It has other benefits, but it's really well known for calming the skin down. I think mugwort is just as good at calming the skin down. It can be slightly better choice for those who do suffer with redness because I think the redness reducing capabilities of mugwort, this is just my personal experience, I think are a little bit better than centella. And I have, this is like totally off topic, but I have found that there's people who are like mugwort people or centella people. So maybe if centella hasn't really worked great for your skin, try mugwort. It might just be that right match for your individual skin. I love centella. It's very soothing, but there's something about mugwort that really goes the extra mile for my sensitive skin. But back on topic, Missha is using a really high quality, high concentration of mugwort in this ampoule. I have to say that they really excel at mugwort, really high quality. They double ferment it for 100 days, and that really unlocks a lot of the active compounds in mugwort, really supercharging it, making it work faster for your skin, making it work better for your skin. I mean, it really is quite a process to go through. This is not a watered down mugwort extract. They are really crafting it with care and really making sure that it's very concentrated. It is potent, and that you can really tell from the smell of this product because it is not fragranced. There's nothing in here that is fragrance, but mugwort itself is has a herbaceous, like woodsy kind of smell to it. The plant itself does, because it's so highly concentrated. The natural smell is present. You will smell it on application. It will fade away quite quickly, but when you open the bottle, when you're, experiencing the product, when you're applying the product, you will smell it. The texture, interesting. It's very thin. It's very runny. It doesn't have a lot of body to it. It doesn't really plump up your skin, although it does provide a nice amount of hydration to the skin with just like a whisper as it settles into your skin, just a whisper, a kiss of balancing moisture, not oily, not greasy, but just a little bit. If you have oily skin, don't fear. I really think that this is going to work for your skin type. If you have combo and dry skin, it's going to work. It's a very pleasing texture overall. There's a hint of algae in this, and I find that ingredient has that little ability to just kind of like hug moisture in and hug hydration in. It's not heavy, it's not sticky, but it's just that kind of like almost like a gel type of, like a really light gel type of texture that just kind of helps keep everything in place. It's not just thin and watery. And I think that's what I'm feeling as this settles into the skin. When I say there's like that little balance of moisture, it's the algae in here. So really nice balance overall, something I think is going to work for all skin types. And like I said, the highest concentration, one of the best quality mugwort products that you can get. Missha is really going above and beyond to create a really high quality experience with their mugwort products. This ampoule is a really great example of that. And if you do suffer with redness, whether it's from breakouts or allergies or just the cold weather and your skin just feeling a little bit like sensitive to the temperature change, I really have seen a lot of redness reduction from this serum. Now, if your skin gets dull or lifeless during the seasonal change, like it's just lacking its luster, it's not redness, it's not any of that, but it's just like you just don't have that lit from within glow, I would suggest the Klairs Freshly Juiced Vitamin Charging Serum. Now, the key ingredient here is 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid, which is a stabilized derivative of vitamin C. Stabilized meaning you don't have to keep it in the fridge, you don't have to worry about oxidization or anything like that. So it's just stress-free on that front. But it also is a little bit gentler on the skin. And sometimes you do deal with some unexplained sensitivity as the weather is shifting. And so maybe you don't necessarily want to like bombard your skin with those active, that pure vitamin C or anything like that. You want to take things gentle. This is a really good gentle route. This is something you can use morning and night very easily because the way that it delivers into the skin is a lot more gentle, but you're still going to get that vitamin C glow glow. This is really great for also addressing hyperpigmentation on the skin, an uneven tone, and it really just brings a life back into your skin. Really helps to address that dullness on your skin. This is also an ingredient that is an antioxidant, so if you're concerned about that, this is already kind of built into the serum. And it is also a product that it has some well-aging benefits to it as well. Not as potent as pure vitamin C, but the thing with skincare, it's about being patient and being consistent. Even if you're using gentler ingredients, being consistent, you will start to see results. This can stimulate a little bit of collagen on the skin. We'll take it where we can get it, right? They've also combined it with niacinamide, which kind of ups the brightening factor. And there's a little bit of hyaluronic acid in here too. And that really translates to the texture because it's like a runny gel texture with some body to it. As you apply it, you're going to feel a little plumping action, just a little bit. It feels really, really nice. It sinks in the skin quite well, and it has like a little balancing moisture, again kind of similar with the Missha, where it's like it's not oily, it's not greasy, but it's just that little hug that just like really helps to seal the serum in, but it still feels really comfortable and breathable and really easy to layer with other products. Like it's an effortless type of product to use in your routine. You don't have to think about it too much. It will brighten your skin, it will work on hyperpigmentation, but it will still be gentle and it'll bring the life back into your skin. Now, if you notice that your skin is more prone to pimples and breakouts with seasonal shifts, I have a suggestion for you because my skin goes through that too. It is the by Wishtrend Propolis Energy Calming Ampoule, formerly known as polyphenols in propolis 15% ampoule, which I have been talking about for legitimate years, like so many years. I have been talking about this product because it is so dear to my heart and it is so amazing at calming acne and breakouts on the skin. And especially as the season shifts, allergens are in the air, right? Moisture barrier is feeling a little bit weak. I am definitely prone to getting more breakouts on my skin with that fall shift for sure. So if that sounds like you, this is actually a really great formula that's incredibly gentle. Now, I always recommend to use this product alongside of other active treatments, really, like your BHAs, your azelaic acids, your tretinoin, or your retinols, whatever you're using to treat your congestion and acne. Keep using those products. But if you feel like you need that boost, you need a gentle boost, and you need a product you don't need to think about, okay, I can only use it X amount of days, I can only use it at night, I can only use it if you just want something gentle, you can use morning and nighttime. That's going to boost those results. This is the product for you. Key ingredients. Yes, propolis. It's in the name, right? There's 15% of propolis in here, which is an amazing antibacterial, anti-inflammatory ingredient that it also facilitates healing on the skin, which can be very important if your pimples break the skin. If they pop, you really want to mend that skin quickly. And so propolis can address the wound healing for the skin. It can also address healthy healing of the skin, because sometimes if it's really, really deep and really, really bad and it pops, there's damage to the proteins and the collagen structure of the skin, and you really want to facilitate healthy healing of that so you get smooth skin, right? Propolis is great at that. It can also reduce redness from the pimples and the swelling and the size with the anti-inflammatory benefits. Now, there's 59% of Hutainia cordata extract. I just call it H cordata because it's so much easier to roll off the tongue that way. And it's also referred to as heart leaf in K-beauty. So this is an amazing ingredient. It's picking up popularity finally because it is so amazing for clarifying the skin. It's not astringent. It's not stripping for the skin. It really respects the moisture and hydration on your skin. But the anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties at this amount, chef's kiss. It really helps to clarify the skin in a very, very gentle way. There's one other ingredient in here that really makes this so good for targeting breakouts on the skin. It's zinc PCA. This is a natural moisturizing factor, so it really increases hydration within the skin, but it's an ingredient that, while not stripping the skin, again, we're not talking about astringent ingredients, but it actually can help control excessive sebum production on the skin. And you know that that's one of the main leading causes of breakouts. It's just your skin gets really oily, all those dead skin cells get trapped inside of your pore, add a little bacteria, we got a pimple, right? So helping to reduce the amount of oil that is on the skin in the first place can actually help to reduce congestion, texture, and breakouts overall. And when your skin is fluctuating, mine does. I have combination skin. It goes a little more oily in the summer, a lot more dry in the colder temperatures. In this in-between season, that oil production can get really wacky. So having an ingredient like zinc PCA, which is gentle, doesn't strip my skin, but just kind of gently helps to control that excessive oil so that I'm not seeing as many breakouts. Really smart formula here. It's more of a gel-like texture. I describe it like it teeters between a light gel and a medium gel. And again, that hug of moisture, you're gonna feel that, but it's not a heavy kind of moisture. It's not a greasy type of moisture. This is one of the lighter Propolis products in the serum category that's available, at least that I've tried, and I've tried a lot of them, trust me. Maybe not the very, very lightest. It's rare to get a light Propolis texture, but this is on the lighter side of things with a kiss of moisture for sure. So I hope you enjoyed that roundup of some serums that I really like during the fall seasonal shift. I'm curious, what products do you rely on to get you through the change of the seasons? Let me know in the comments below. If this video helped you out, gave you some ideas of how to switch up your serums for fall, I would love it if you would hit subscribe if you haven't already, especially if you love K-beauty, you love gentle skincare products. Please come join our community. I do release multiple videos throughout the week, and I also do shorts as well, so turn on notifications so you're never out of the loop. I love you so much. Thanks for being here with me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Hope you're healthy, happy, and safe. Talk to you soon. Bye.